Do we have a quorum? Yeah.
Mr. Beatty, it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 board members on right now.
We just have 4?
If I counted correctly, it's what it looks like.
Do we have any on the phone or?
Yeah, I think we do have 4, so we would need 5 for a quorum, I believe.
Are those that logged in, were you able to get into Prime Go?
Yes.
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 Do we have any others on the phone or?
Looks like Tim 8 is on now.
Excuse me?
Looks like Miss Cox Torres just joined.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
So yeah, I believe we have a quorum now. Get started.
Well, let's make sure she was Miss Cox Torre, were you able to log into Prime Go?
I thought I was logged in. Does it not show? Give me 1 second.
Should we be at the live meeting screen? Is that where we are?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the bond advisory committee on the live meeting.
Yes.
Does it show on your end that I'm logged in?
I manually sign you in.
Okay.
And then once we start the meeting, your buttons and stuff should start popping.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Well, I have it up on, I'm in Prime Gov, so.
Looks like we have 1 person on the phone. I don't know if that's another board member. The 7262 number.
Okay, well, it's 3 o'clock. If we have a quorum, we can go ahead and get started. So we'll call the meeting to order. First item is to review the minutes. Did everyone get a copy of the minutes from the February 1st meeting?
Yes.
Any questions or changes or corrections? Okay. We have a motion for approval of the minutes from the February 1st meeting. Second. Okay. Vote.
Ms. Morales, how do you vote? Thank you.
I'm not seeing the votes, huh?
Let's see if it shows you.
I just see my vote screen. Well,
I closed it to see if it would show. I don't know. Ian, were you able to see it?
No, I don't. I see that we're on the item.
Everyone voted yes.
okay. Well, we'll move to the items for consideration. Item A, project NCs 0652.
Yes, sir. Here, let me, Francis, let me steal your screen if that's okay, sir.
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm just gonna pull up the presentation quickly here. Okay. And so we'll get through this relatively quickly here. So our first item up here is item 3A, MC0652, bike lane maintenance. And as you can see in the picture here, we have delineators. Those are the vertical up and down white hole looking items there with the black base and a little reflective there. And then of course there's striping that goes along with that. And as you look further into the screen, you can see here we've got green paint that helps these to recognize as a bike lane as you go through here. We're looking at, as time goes on and we build more and more of these facilities for our bicycle riders, these delineators and the paint, of course, it costs money to keep those up, and these are popping off, and we just have to get new ones and glue them back down and what have you. So we're asking for a request of, I believe, $400,000 from our 2007 bond funds to go ahead and help fund this program.
Chad, in my packet that was sent out earlier, it was 200,000.
Yeah, it probably is. I think we, whoops. Oh, it is 200,000. I apologize.
Yeah, it says.
It's 200,000.
And this is for the existing bike lanes or additional?
Yes, not for new ones, just to maintain the ones that we have in place right now.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I have a question for Chad. The poles that stick up, do we have an idea of how often they have to be replaced? And then do we also believe that that is the best practices that we've seen in other areas for the poles, to have the poles?
So that's a little bit more complicated, but we can work that one out. Obviously, the adhesive to the road depends a little bit on the road condition, how long it's going to stay, as well as the weathering, the rain, the cold, and what have you. So it's like a stickum, right? So you kind of hope it sticks. It is the most common practice that's utilized around the country. Typically, these upright, it does delineate between the vehicle and the bike traffic. So does the nice stripes that you see here. Can you see my cursor?
Yep, we can.
Okay, I'm sorry. And so I would eventually see that as, we become more of a bicycle friendly community and we see more bicycle riders out there, these might not be as necessary, but that's not yet determined. So, but they are, besides the green paint, these are also the other most expensive item. Okay. And, can't drill them into the asphalt, otherwise it'll increase it'll just wear out the road quicker, just with the water getting in there and freezing and pushing cracks. So,
gotcha. Thank you for that.
Did I get you there?
Very helpful.
Okay. Any other questions?
I have a question. How far does 200K get you? What all comes in that package?
Well, so it depends on what we're going to replace, right? If it's striping, it's a different fee than the green boxes. The green boxes are very expensive. It's just the application of painting over and over and heat that up and make sure it sits into the asphalt or concrete that it's on. And then the delineators themselves are a different price, and then depends on the width of the striping band that we're putting in there that those delineators sit in. So we can't really give you an actual amount, but we're hoping that this takes care of us for a little while, of course. As we build more and more, and we increase our mileage of our facilities, obviously 200,000 is not going to go as far as it would be at this moment in time.
Thank you.
Sorry, I can't get you one on that one.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. We have a motion for approval. Wait a minute, what happened? My screen just. Okay. We have a motion, we had a second back. Any the votes? I'm not showing, my screen is not showing the votes.
How do you vote? I can put it in for you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Mr. Beatty, how do you vote? I'll vote for you.
Vote for approval. But I'm supposed to be able to see everybody's votes, and I'm not seeing any of them. What happened?
I'm not sure. If you look at the bottom of the presentation screen, it'll show you the vote.
Okay, it just came up.
Okay.
Okay, motion carries. Item B.
Can everyone see my screen? Okay, so this is our
Yes.
sorry, sir. This is our second item and last item that we're asking for consideration today. It's TC 0494. It's the downtown LED lighting upgrades. It's a $200,000 ask for our utilizing again our 2007 GEO bond funds. What we have a total lights, and this is, if you look here at the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see this up and upright. There we go. It's up and down pole here. This is our P180 lights that we're trying to switch out to our new LED program. And with that, the cost, but we have 1,053 of them total. We've upgraded to date 462 of them. And so we have 591 remaining. They average about 1,065 per unit per upgrade. That includes the labor, the pole, the switching out of the mechanism there to make it an LED. There's a board and different kind of electronic components there. So if we wanted to complete the program today, which we are not asking for, it would be 629,000 and some change, but we wanted to just kind of give that number out there. So as we come back to the board and ask in the future, you'll see that number drop by 200,000 and so on. So.
What is the advantage of going to this upgrade over what was previously installed?
Well, the old technology is obsolete at this moment in time, so we can't replace them with the current ones that are there, and they have a life cycle, and that life cycle is gone on most of these, as you can see as we're upgrading as we go. And so we have to put the LEDs in since the old technology is no longer available.
Chad, do you know on the LED light itself, what's the cost of just the bulb? And then how long do those last? Just curious.
So I don't have the breakdown of just the bulb itself, but so I can tell you a little bit more about the cost that we're looking at. It's about a 10-year cycle on this 1,065 cost. And it is the LED mechanism itself and the new board. And there's a gasket that we have to replace at the same time.
So you think this upgrade is going to last 10 years, or You know, 'cause
That's about the average life cycle we're getting, sir.
you don't think we'll get 2 years into this and a new technology will come along and
Well, we hope not. I mean, we've been doing this for a few years now. We've been pretty successful with it. It's been working out really well for us. I'm hoping we don't get a new technology that we're not aware of yet.
And then Chad, do we have a date certain of ideally when all the lights will be replaced?
As funds become available, we'll continue to ask. They are fulfilling our work orders pretty quickly as we give them the funds, issue the purchase order towards them, work order towards them. They get their crews out there, and as they finish these up, then we come right back. Of course, it deals with, we're looking at weather. Now we got more traffic downtown since, we've got more people coming back in. So we'll hit a few obstacles here and there, but it's just really going to be waiting on the funds to come in. As you can tell, we're using the bond program before this one to try to help out this and get these taken care of. So, as we just continue to move forward, I would hope that we have it completed within a calendar year, but we'll see how we're at.
Thank you.
Anytime. Appreciate it.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, do we have a motion? Second. Okay. Vote.
Now I see Mr. Cunningham in here as an attendee. So Mr. Cunningham, if you are here, you can unmute yourself on the phone by pressing *6 if you'd like to vote on this item. He may not be available.
Yeah, and again, I can't see the committee members' votes, only mine. So I don't know when it's approved.
There we go.
Oh, okay, there we go. There we are, now I can see it. Okay, motion carries. I guess that's the only two items we have for today. So the bond executive summary, we can review that.
Yeah, so I can present that.
Okay.
If you've got it on a slide, Chad.
Yes, sir. Maybe. There we go. Is it showing up?
Go back.
There you go.
There it is. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So this is the executive summary as of February 28th. So it mainly covers through the month of February. And you can see that for the month, there was just over $3.4 million spent on geobond projects. This is in the first section, the first box here. And that is quite a bit less than the 12-month monthly average for projects. Maybe to do with just the weather situation, the fact that it's just a shorter month. But in the second box below that, you can kind of see how we're doing up against the 85% requirement for spending down bond funds And so we have the 3 sale years here. The one coming up soonest is the 2018 sale year. The spend down deadline of May 10th, 2021. So in just about a month here. And so as of the time of this report, which was a little over a month ago at this point, we were at 69%, trying to get to 85, and that is a little bit further behind than where we were last year, trying to spend down the 2017 sale year. So you can see at the bottom of box 2, there's the 2017, 2018, 2019 numbers, and so we were at 72% last year. But I know that Public Works is aware of this and confident that they can get to that 85% in the next month or so. So this percentage will have gone up since the time of this report. And we would just need to spend about $4.5 million on the 2018 sale year in the time that remained when this report was ran in order to meet that 85%. So that is the second section. The third section is just showing how much remaining balance there is for the bond funds and the breakdown of that. So about $108 million remaining balance in the GEO bond funds. And then the fourth section at the bottom is just the amounts available for other non-bond funds, some of the older sales tax funds and the impact fees, as well as street money that's not GEO bond. And so that comes out to a total of about $31 million. So that is the executive summary for the month. Happy to answer any questions if anyone has any.
Ian, this Doug Fuller, just had a question being new. So the year that's indicated 18, 19, or 20, and how is it determined which bond fund it's paid out of? Is it based on the project and the type of project, or what causes that?
Yeah, so my understanding is that there is some flexibility that Public Works has as to whether they're spending out of any one of these 3 years. It just, the project has to fit the proposition for that sale year, I believe, or the types of projects that were on the proposition to the voters at that point in time. So I think they do have some control and flexibility over a good amount of this, and it is sort of up to those project managers and the Public Works financial people to figure that out mainly.
You might, Ian, you might kind of briefly explain the 85% IRS rule, because that kind of impacts things as well.
It does, yeah. So my understanding of it, and I think Doug is on the call.
Yeah, I don't mind. This is Doug Dowler. I'm the budget director. So because we're able to sell our bonds they're tax exempt. So if you buy our bonds, you don't have to pay taxes on the interest that you earn on them. The IRS wants to make sure that we're putting those to use right away for a public purpose and not just sitting on them and collecting that interest and using that to, pad our budget or something like that. And so they implemented this rule that we have to spend 85% of the proceeds from a tax exempt bond sale within 3 years. We also have an arbitrage requirement on the interest that we earn on the money. So while it's in the bank until it gets spent, if we earn 1 penny more in interest than we are paying out, we owe that amount to the IRS. We're not allowed to make more in interest than we are paying out, which of course, in this interest rate environment is not an issue. We're earning very low interest rates, but in the past, that's been something that's been a concern, that we'd be able to invest that, say, in treasury bonds that were earning actually a higher interest rate than what we were paying out. So we're not allowed to make any more in interest than we're paying out. And likewise, we have a directive to get the money into use it for a public purpose, not just sit on it and collect the interest.
Thanks, Doug.
Okay, any other questions or? Okay, new business. Any new business from committee members? Items from committee members. Any citizens on the phone to be heard?
I
Well,
don't believe so.
hearing none, we have a motion for adjournment. Okay, remove it second. Again, I'm not seeing the votes. I don't.
Mr. Beatty, how do you vote? I can vote for you.
Vote for approval. Okay, there they are. Okay, motion carries. We are adjourned.
Thank you all.
Thank you all very much for being here. Yeah.
Thank you.
I have a good one.
Thanks.